Welcome to ISE's Equity Index Weekly Outlook, a weekly outlook on ISE and other industry indexes, hosted by Patrick Ceresna, a derivative market specialist and investment manager with extensive expertise in options and the broader derivative markets. ISE trades options on more than 15 proprietary sector indexes, as well as broad-based indexes and a variety of licensed benchmarks. ISE continually enhances its trading systems and develops new index options products to provide investors with the best marketplace and investment tools to trade smarter.
Hello and welcome to the ISE Equity Index Outlook for June 7th, 2009. This is Patrick Ceresna. First off, we're going to take a look at the S&P 500 using the Spider Exchange Traded Fund symbol SPY. Last week our preferred scenario was that we would reject off that false breakout and continue to be range bound within that 88 to 92 zone back and forth. Now with that pop last week, the market continued to actually hold, and the bulls held in there at those higher prices on the S&P, which now continues to support the idea of our alternate scenario, which is a continuation pattern on the upside toward the 100 to 102 area. This is our now likely scenario. The only thing that is a caveat is the fact that Friday on the reaction to that jobs number, there was the potential of a very significant rally, and it completely erased and had a very strong sell-off on that news. So the fact that there was a very good reason for the bulls to have tried to make that move and it got rejected is the only immediate concern, but nonetheless the price action continues to look good for the upside move. Next here we're going to look at the ISE US Regional Banks Index, which is the symbol JLO, and more or less, in spite of the fact that the broader markets, including the NASDAQ and the S&P, are pushing higher highs, regional banks continue to languish down at lower levels on a relative strength basis. There's certainly distribution going on and sector rotation out of regional banks, which supports the idea that we're seeing a rally that is not being supported by a broad market participation, and eventually when the market does top out, U.S. regional banks will probably be one of the weaker sectors, but at this stage we're not immediately bearish. Next here I want to take a look at the ISE Syndex, which is the symbol SIN. This is an index of all the casino, tobacco, and distiller companies. And more or less, we continue to have a substantial push back higher and consolidation up in that 95 to 100 zone. If the S&P is going to continue on its way up towards the 1,000 level, then more than likely here the Syndex will break above the 100 level and push up to a shortened target of 105, 108, or maybe even complete a full target move up into the 114 to 116 area on the upside. Next here I want to take a look at the ISE Home Builders Index, which is the symbol RUF. We continue to see relative weakness in the home builders versus the broader markets. We continue to consolidate down toward this $7.75 to $8 area marked in the blue box. And more or less every time it tries to rally, there's simply no upside follow through whatsoever. If the market does make a robust push higher this week and into the latter part of June, we can't rule out one more retest back up into the 9 to 9.25 area. But if and when the broader market resumes some sort of a bear market price action, home builders should be one of the weaker sectors. Next here I want to take a look at the ISE Natural Gas Index, which is the symbol FUM. And from a purely technical perspective, this continues to look bullish as we created just a little flagging formation with now a potential technical breakout above that $87 area. If that happens, and immediate upside targets push all the way up into the 95, 98 zone up above. The only concern we have is that the US dollar appears to potentially be bouncing here. If we do have any rebound in the US dollar, it may lead to a profit-taking cycle in the commodity sector. So there's always the risk of a double top here if that US dollar does bounce. And finally, I want to take a look at that ISE Mini FTSE 100 Index. which is the symbol UKX. We continue to be very range bound within just 20 or so dollars on either side here as it's consolidating, and we're looking for the break. With these types of patterns tend to be continuation patterns, so we can't rule out one more break higher, which could easily see us push even as high as the 480 level on the upside. In the same respects, though, if it fails to break out on there, it's inevitable that a profit taking cycle would happen below that 430 level. So we're just looking for the market to actually make its move to give us the indication of which direction it wants to go here. That was your ISE Equity Index Outlook. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for participating in this week's session. Please join us again next week. For more information about Patrick Ceresna and to sign up for free index options trade alerts, visit www.optionsource.net. To learn more about ISE index options, visit us at www.ise.com/indexoptions.